All right. Aloha and welcome, Patreon members. This part of our show, this part of the ritual, if you will, is available to all tier levels of the Patreon patrons. So, welcome. If you didn't catch it, you should catch the pre show, so to speak, right? The pre training ritual before we actually get in to the training, the actual real training. So this is focus. Oh, by the way, I'm Sifu Z.
I'm Sifu.
I don't even know how you would see this video and not know that and not know Sifu Chad, but there you go. Just in case you somehow hack the system and we're able to get in. Now you know who we are, hacker. So, all right, we got y- our previous video was Wing Chun Essentials. So this is Wing Chun Essentials part two, where and yes, we did go over some of those essentials in the pre-training, but we didn't get into the details. So I want to sort of talk about some of the details regarding our training. So of course, these help greatly. So if you can get these, get them cheaply if you can. Don't get the super expensive ones. Just get ones that are good, right? Look them up on Amazon, find out some good ones. You're only going to need to put one in. If you're like me, the other ear rejects all things that try to go in that ear. Actually, I have a finger in my ear that pushes stuff out. Yeah, it just flicks stuff out. I have a finger, and I think it's a Polynesian sort of, defect of mine or something, it's just like I see it. I actually see the thing coming out and back in. Anyway, I digress. You only have to put it in one ear. Uh then of course we talked about the mat, if you have a nice mat, especially if you're traveling and whatnot. We've talked about the sandbag. The sand, make sure you get children's play sand because it's sterilized. Yeah, if you use sand from the beach, you could very well get staph because there are little things in the sand, little what would you call them, like corals, or there are various things that will.
There's a lot of bacteria in the sand. And there's a
Yeah.
lot of people stink-footed that have been in that sand.
Oh,
Man, there's a lot of pee in that sand. Ugh. The
yeah.
list
So
goes on, man.
if you're going
Old
to get
food
yeah, if you're
that
going
have
to
that
get
have molded.
if you're going to get sand from out in the wild, you got to boil it and then you got to dry it. So that's way too much trouble than it's worth. But hey, if you got a fire going and you got some sand around, it ain't a thing. However, for most of us, we just go to a hardware store and get children's play sand because yeah, they do that work, and then you don't have to worry about getting staff and stuff. And also, if you're going to use the canvas bags, this is really standard issue right here. Seafood Chat has a fancy one, but this is standard issue. You kind of want this because it allows you to do exercises, very important exercises. So also, and by the way, if you are going to customize your bag, which all of you should, then customize it and feel it out. Like, is this good weight for me to do curls with? Is it a good weight for me to do wrist with? And if you can customize it to the weight that you feel comfortable working with. Another little detail here is when you're using these canvas bank bags, they used to give these out to businesses at least. Now they've gone more plastic and whatnot, but you can buy them on Amazon. You can buy these. Get this size precisely. I don't know what that size is, but anyway. And you can get them on Amazon really cheaply, like $1 or $2 a piece. And put two together. Make sure you put two together, and do a better job at wrapping it than I have here. I still need to wrap it. It just hasn't fallen apart yet. And if you have a little ring here, you can use that. Now you can hang it on a tree or wherever. And having two of these,
It's a nice solid hit, a light solid hit, right?
uh,
Kind of helps us pull our punches when we're chisawing in a way. you know.
so yeah, I like that. Really getting used to hitting this surface right here, which feels very much like a human body, right? It's the same kind of density. So just getting used to making that contact because, like you said, it's just the contact. It's not the actual force that's needed here. It's just that contact right at the right time, right at the right place, right? Boom, boom. And you're releasing that energy too. You're sort of releasing it. So you don't really see it. If I were to exaggerate it, it would be hit it and then that would be the exaggeration, right? But you don't really see that when we're doing it. This is what you see. So it's an actual release of the energy that you that you bring to that contact and and you can feel it. I'm on the ground. I can feel that all the way to my butt. I feel that strike all the way through the ground. So it doesn't have to be hard, folks. I will be making a carbon fiber muki.
Whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a
Yeah.
it's a and
Or
it will be
rocks.
nice because I could keep like electronics in there and it will keep them from getting injured, messed up, right? It will
Hmm.
travel really well. A carbon fiber tube will travel really well, you know. Um, you don't have to travel with the arms and the legs either. You could just go ahead and cut some arms and legs off out in the woods. It wouldn't take you more than an hour, right? You just get
Yeah.
get get your bark John Doe that
Yeah.
actually work, right? And then
Yeah.
cut. He's gonna leave him in the sheath because he's out in public. So always get a sheath for these things because otherwise, you won't be able to train out in public. Somebody will call and say there's a madman swinging knives around. But if you just got this and it's a sheath, it's like okay. So here's the first one. Let's do it. It's just rotating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, straight arm 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do the other arm. Yeah, 3. Ooh, that hurts. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, this and we rotate. So we're doing bonsai, but it's a rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other arm. Bone saw. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side, other way. 1, 2, 3,
I,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, this is just, it's just a little jut out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're feeling that burn? A little bit of
I
a
feel
burn.
the burn.
Two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. Now, this one. Yeah, we all know this one, right? So it's out, inside, outside. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. The other way. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. Yeah. There's inside, inside, out. Nine, 10. Now, if you can separate them, you are kind of sitting down, so you're not really all that much of a a threat, right? But if you're uncomfortable with it, then you can still just do it with one, right? You can still do it with one, right? But if you can do it with two, then it's just nice to get this coordination down where you're not hitting your other hand and chopping your own hands off. You know, some of the things you'll notice when you're doing this, if you keep keeping the hands close together, and that's also right when we're doing this, right? When we're doing this, right? You wouldn't do it this way, right? You wouldn't do it like this. You would do it like this, right? Your hands, your chisao, right? So same thing with the swords is you're really just you're keeping the hands nice and together. So that way nothing's coming in center, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Mm, yeah. So you'll be
Every.
able to sort of really intuitively go, oh, okay. And then they add to that because look what they're doing. Whew, they're pushing
Mm.
this into that placement.
Right.
So it's
Mm.
classic Wing Chun too, where you're not attacking them, they attack themselves. This is just attached to here. It ain't going. This is where this goes, right? So how are you going? Are you going to interact with it here, right? See, because wherever they touch is where they're going to wind up interacting
Hmm.
with capture it with the horn,
Yeah.
and then bam, right? Capture it, bam, break it, attack. Oh,
Hmm.
Barchando, such a wonderful, wonderful um, weapon.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
going to
love.
tell you. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you one of my absolute favorite weapons that I carry with me almost all the time. I'm not going to talk about that right now. Um, but I will say that as far as weapon in my hand, like this, I will take this over a sword. I will take this over a swinging thing. And there's no reason why you can't use those as functional, as a functional blade to cut
Hmm.
stuff with and whatnot. So by all means, do if you do that, let me know how it turns out and play around with them uh, because I think it would be it would be nice to know where you got those. You got those on Amazon?
I got them from the US Wing Chun Supply.com or something, or
Oh,
Wing
okay.
Chun Supply.com or something like that.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
they had like various Wing Chun artists putting their stuff on sale there and stuff. So that's where I
Yeah.
got these.
How much were they?
Oh, these ones were, gosh, I think they were like 250, 275.
Dang. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
there you go. There you go. That's probably probably gonna pay that or more.
Yeah, you
Um,
told me to go big or go home when I picked when it was time for me to pick up my Barcomdo sword. So I was like,
right.
all right, I want the weight. I want.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Hey, let's leave with some good old sit ups, man.
All right.
Yeah, let's leave with some sit ups. we'll do 30 altogether. I'll count 10, you count 10, I'll count 10, we're good to go. All right. Are you ready? You know, if you have a
Okay.
sandbag, you can put your sandbag and hold your sandbag here, right? And you can, yeah, you can do a little sandbag thing and then kind of come up to touch the sandbag.
Uh, I think yeah, I think since I'm in town, I'm gonna go to storage and grab my larger sandbag
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
get that pole, man, if you can, because I want to start doing some pole work with you too.
Okay. Um, I gotta purchase one or find one or make one.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
couldn't. Unfortunately,
definitely
I couldn't take.
get your pole together, man. Don't, when you're in America, you have to walk softly and carry a big stick. If you ain't got your 10-foot pole, how are you going to party without your 10-foot pole? All right, let's do it. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Well, if you had more time, I would do shrimping, but we don't have more time. We'll finish these bad boys and we'll have to leave the shrimping for Monday. Yeah. All right.
I'm gonna have to get a cloth for Monday if we're gonna do that too, or I gotta go on the grass or something. Nah, it's fine. Okay, 10 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Very good.
Yeah, my shirt would get all torn up on this concrete.
Oh yeah, yeah. You don't want to do that. These ain't the old days. And I
Yeah.
tell you what, this pad is excellent for it because it's very slippery. So
Mm.
it's kind of like a gym pad. You know how slippery they are too. Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
kind of nice and slippery. Yeah, if you find one of these, this was only like $11, man. So if you find one of these, pick it up. It's just an invaluable addition to my Wing Chun tool bag. Is
Got you.
this silly mat, man? you know, it's right. You know, you gotta get under your car, gotta check out under your car. You just pull out that mat, and everything's beautiful. You know,
Yeah.
you need extra shade or protection from the heat. You got this. You know, it's like a Zeeker's live stream. All right, last 10.
Very nice.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now, like with all exercises, you can get a lot from the exercise, not by straining yourself and just completing the exercise, but instead really trying to feel the muscles when you're doing the exercise. Again, in Wing Chun, we look at these exercises as activation, like an activation exercise or activation training, shall we say. Um, yeah, we look at that. So we're really trying to do the internal work when we're doing these exercises and not just get out the reps. Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
We're
know it
trying to.
makes sense. I know it makes sense to you, but I also want to make sure that I'm just making like literal sense.
It's a quality thing. It's a quality.
That's
You
right, and
gotta.
the same thing with Seal Towel, same thing with all of your training. Wing Chun specifically, you can do your Wing Chun in a very short amount of time as long as you really focus on it and really, kind of compress everything and not just kind of not just putting in your time. 10 minutes of a real good Wing Chun session will beat an hour of just doing time any day of the week.
Yeah.
Any day of the week, right? And they're finding that to be true in exercise and a lot of other things in
Hmm.
sports as well, where it's the quality and not just like, yeah, I did my hour,
Hmm.
maybe you did an hour of some really lame body injuring stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So so Wing Chun really emphasizes that. And then we have the structure of the Wing Chun to check ourselves from, right? Saying,
Hmm.
okay, is this the Wing Chun structure or not? Yes or no? If not, then we're probably going to hurt ourselves, right?
Hmm.
Or get injured. So, all right. Do you have any questions or comments that you'd like to make before we end today's session?
No, that was a well informed little session. You know,
Okay, even with the technical
E-
challenges.
even with our technical challenges, at least we didn't have a
Uh,
lawnmower today. Yeah.
That's right. Make sure you don't try to do anything in the sun when you got a phone. Oh my.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that
Got to
that
bring
doesn't work.
shade. A little
Yeah.
umbrella for the phone.
Yeah. And I have one too. So, but you know what? If I'm going to make this rule, if this phone can't take the sun, then neither can I. That probably should be the way that goes. So, all right, man. Well, we got her done. And the following day, you can have access to the session as it's archived over on patreon.com/CFUZ. So there you go. We'll see you on, it's going to be this. This is going to be the team right here on Monday. We'll see you guys
Monday.
on Monday. Yeah, we'll see you guys on Monday. Aloha.